Alright, let's talk Latron Incarnon and level cap again. What made me go into level cap like this fast is because I actually did the Volt level cap, and I wanted to take the Furex to level cap as fast as possible and then try it. But since I was using Volt, my first level cap with him, things weren't as smooth as I planned, even though it was still pretty good. I couldn't get the full potential of the Furex out. So I'm like, what could I take to level cap that would be fast and I want to see the performance and, just get it done. I already did the Latron back in the day. I think it's probably this was the third time I took the Latron to level cap. I think I did one without the Incarnon, I did one with the Incarnon, and then this one after the changes to health and armor and vulnerabilities. So how it was pretty good. I'm gonna call that between back in the day and now. The impact that Zara's Whisper has on the weapon is pretty dramatic, I gotta say. I feel like the build that I have going right now is a bit better than the one I took back in the day on the second attempt. Second time I did went to level cap. But since enemies now have like 5 times more HP, you definitely feel that things are slower, and you feel like Zara's Whisper is much more important now. Not that it can't kill enemies without it, but it's so much easier because the projectiles are trapped in the bullet attractor, the Zara's Wisp proc, the Void proc, better said. And then after a few seconds, they'll explode. One detail about this is that most demolishers, if they're running, the projectile will actually stay behind and just stay out of the. Let's say, if he starts moving, the projectile will just bounce around. Will just stay, and he'll be able to kind of escape. But if he stays, maybe because of you just use the Magus lockdown, then you just need to wait a few seconds to deliver the rest of the damage. That's kind of what I did. I damaged the enemy up to maybe 70-80% of its HP, and then just waited and left for the explosion of the projectile to deal the final damage. So, what's going on here? Old Ash, casting speed, energy max, build, it's this. Latron Prime, the perks, nothing too crazy. Now this build was kinda weird to get it going because I ended up dropping Piercing Caliber. And Piercing Caliber is actually pretty good to get the armor out of the enemies. But I wanted heat because at the end of the day, eventually I would get the armor off the enemies. I would armor strip them. So I wanted to try and get heat a little bit higher. If I had to call something like this, like for the perfect Riven, I would say something with negative impact, because on the direct impact we are getting impact as the priority. So yeah, we have, it's a 30% chance on the impact there. And yeah, it would be better if heat was above that number, but it is what it is. It worked pretty well. Double tap is kind of nuts. You can't really miss the shots, but as long as you're shooting the same target, things will get crazy pretty fast. Yeah, things will get crazy pretty fast. My Riven's also not the best thing in the world, but I think it's still pretty good. Getting orange crits every time. Pretty much every time. 96.4% of the time, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Damage was good. Run was fine. Sizes as a primer. This. Then I took the Fear X-Ray, which I'm gonna talk really more about in the other video. These are the perks. Nairo as always. I took Nautilus Prime. I was actually leveling it when during the run. Didn't actually care much because going invisible as Ash, preferably no duplex bonds, so you don't take splash damage from other the other copies of your Sentinel. So yeah. Other than that, pretty good run. Definitely not. It's not as good as it was before, but the weapon can still handle it. Yeah. Whew. God damn it. I think these Incarnon weapons are the ones who are gonna hold the best against level cap. Now because they were already the kind of the strongest weapons in the game. Now enemies are a lot tankier on level cap because of the HP increase, but probably most of the Incarnon weapons are gonna be able to do the same thing. It's gonna take maybe like 3 to 4 seconds more than what it used to, but it's still doable. Yeah. It's kind of it. Leave it a like, subscribe, and peace.
Till next time, friend.